Hello everyone and welcome to an incredible end to our season. I am currently 5-1 and playing against Sam Axe of the New York Ninetales. This is a very impactful tournament for him especially, but it still has some playoffs impact for me. My seeding is dependent on how I perform in this game because Camo, who I played week 1, can get into first place if I get 2-0'd. I think I get if I have 2-1. Now, if my opponent wins 2-0, then they make playoffs. If my opponent wins 2-1 or loses, they do not make playoffs. So that is a definitely a tension point for both of us. However, I would really, really like to get this to a 2-1 state at the very least because their team is really scary, and I don't particularly want a rematch against them. I think that they are well positioned to take on the Jordan coach of the Junior Vikavolt. Not to say that they would necessarily win, but I think that they have a higher chance of winning than Raymond, the other player currently in contention for that slot, simply due to the depth of their team and a lot of its structure. So, you guys may remember this from back in my early weeks. Roaring Moon, boost Renji, speed boost, faster than everything. Very frustrating. However, may not necessarily be, but it is one of the best tailwind setters in the current format, and that's something that I've had to factor into mind when making all of the decisions that I am making in this. Their Gengar is incredibly strong, Sylveon is incredibly strong, Arcanine is one of the best Pokemon in the format, Arboliva is a pretty good Trick Room setter. You know, this guy's a pretty decent one, this guy's pretty good at Wide Guard. Though I think its special defense is pretty lackluster to memory with Alomomola. Yeah, 45 special defense is not amazing, and its damage output's also not there with the 75 attack and 40 special attack. Yeah, if it gets intimidated, it won't be doing much of anything in terms of damage. So it's really just chilling water utility mostly, now that school is gone. Beyond that, yeah. This team it's been annoying for Doug because of the Arbolivia, as well as obviously this guy being faster, and does get it's I think it's the only Pokemon with access to Scale Shot in the current format, which is a multi-hit Dragon type move. So Sash is not reliable as a check to it. Neither is Habanberry for Noivern. So that's fun. Obviously, it's also a Dark type, which is very scary, and it has a very, very wide move pool in terms of coverage. So I've had to bust out some interesting compositions to try and get the best of it. Oh yeah, also they have, like I said, the Arboliva that's really good, and then Bronzong is really good. So Trick Room is not an easy start against them at the very least, as well as, you know, Sylveon speed tying Grimm and being underspeeding a number of my other Pokemon. So that depends a lot on their investment. So yeah, they don't have an amazing poison matchup, which is a good thing for my friend Toxtricity, because both of those Pokemon are weak to Dark. And I forget if I did actually run it. I may not have. I think I may have run Overdrive instead, but Snarl is boosted by Punk Rock. So we'll do bonus damage into Gengar and Bronzong. But at least the poison damage is fine. And then flying is okay, because Ampharos is not the scariest. Bronzong is like a mod that I need to pressure a lot with my team. So this is the build. I don't love it. But yes, it's kind of like I've got funny spread moves and then like guys who can be immune to them. Dual screeds I think is relatively important. Thunderwave is a really big thing. So it cannot Thunderwave a non-terrid this guy. But I can pop Reflect up and I'm very unlikely to die, and then Thunderwave it after if they like Terra Steel. I don't know if I might still die. I don't remember my calcs. It's been a little while since I built. Beyond that, I've just got like Discharge and Thunderwave as well. I was super on the fence about Shadow Ball again versus Hex, because I do kind of want to para things. But yeah, I can Discharge next to the Telepathy Noivern or next to a Terra Grounded Tauros, so I can Disquake, which is definitely not terrible. Electric is a bit of an annoying type for my opponent to switch into. Ampharos, Arbolivia, and Roaring Moon all don't take the secondary stabs of my electric types particularly well. I mean, Roaring Moon does, because Rotom-Heat lost Disarming Voice, but I do have the Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam from Gholdengo, and I do have the Spirit Break from Grimmsnarl to encourage it to change Terras, as well as Draco from Noivern, and Close Combat. So there's a lot of things which are influencing Roaring Moon in wanting to change up its Terra type. Its type by clicking Terastallization, as well as obviously any offensive potential. So hopefully this is enough to at least get a game off Sam. Earthquake is not great if our believer is like set up grassy terrain, but I think that is fine. Earthquake isn't necessarily amazing, it's just okay anyways. Part of it is being able to Earthquake around whatever that's called. Scatterbug. Scatterbug's broken. It's got shield dust. I can't figure it out. Yeah, so I'm not fully sure what it'll bring, but I don't expect Floette to come. That's about it. I don't really expect a Lomomola, but I am pretty happy if a Lomomola comes, I think. I feel like they've got enough Pokemon that are quite scary. So yeah, Roaring Moon, very believable. Arcanine, Sylveon, Bronzong, Medicham, Arboliva, Gengar, and then Ampharos and Scatterbug are all pretty believable. The Trick Room set might stay behind, and then we get something like this, or even like this, or like this. But I think the top three are pretty likely to come. No Arboliva. Okay. It's difficult comp to lead into. Let's just decontaminate all this. Do I? Yeah, I'm Clear Amulet on Tauros for the Intimidate. So there's no Arboliva, no map, none of these. Okay, the Medicham did come. Yeah, they only brought one ground check, and that's only if it is Levitate, which I would expect it to be, but otherwise they have to commit Terra to check ground. They only brought the one water resist. What do I want to lead game one? Yeah, only the one ghost resist as well. I kind of want to lead Gholdengo and Tauros, with then just like Toxtricity and Noivern in the back. I don't know why I wouldn't want. I guess because I don't love the discharge. So yeah, I guess it's Toxtricity and Noivern in the back. I think that is my game one. Okay. They have the Adrenaline Orb. That's cool. They're probably special then. I do have Protect on that slot. I kind of want to Terra and Dazzling Gleam, but it may make more sense to just attack into their guy. Level 50. Not the greatest. Yeah, it's not great. Oh, I also have to click doubles. Okay, so D-Gleam won't pick up even if I Terra. I kind of want to go into Noivern. But I kind of expect them to fake out Tauros, so I go into Noivern and Protect. Yeah, I think I go into Noivern and Protect, and then I have the ability to set Tailwind. So I want to go into, I want to click Tailwind and switch into Gholdengo here, but I also kind of want to Air Slash. Air Slash is not KO, so that suggests to me that I should go and do the Gholdengo play. Because I kind of expect them to Wisp here, especially since they are special, like I said. And they're at -2 special attack. I think they're Switch or Wisp. Both are pretty likely. I don't have a play that preserves Noivern. If they do reveal Play Rough, I'm not sure it will KO, and even if it does, I'm not that concerned. Because now they're at -2 special attack, I'm not as worried about the health on Gholdengo. Could actually Earthquake here, but I do think that they may Wisp. I think my plan is, if this survives, so that would generally be if Arcanine switches and they'd go for an attack into this slot, would be to Dazzling Gleam and Air Slash the Medicham. Depending on what they switch into, and whether I feel like I need to focus more on that guy. The Intimidate's definitely nice. It is mitigating the damage output from the Medicham. Okay, I did not expect the Medicham to switch. I did expect that play, so... I mean, always good to see people making plays that you called, right? I'm pretty tempted to Super Fang and, like, Terra Fairy D-Gleam. I think I've been playing alright so far. Super Fang the Arcanine. Though I do kind of expect the Moon to Terra. I'm just not sure if it will get much value out of that Terra. I could Draco either slot, to be honest. I think the Super Fang and the Terra Fairy D-Gleam is correct. Oh, could sub as well. It's actually a really good question. Will the Gholdengo sub get broken by a -2 Arcanine overheat? I find that a bit unlikely. I have really good information on what the Arcanine's investment's like. I haven't hit it with anything. I haven't clicked an attacking move. But, you know, if we put that aside, because I can calculate what it did to Noivern. Overheat to Noivern did quite a bit, right? Did 32? So that suggests that they're specially invested. So then to Gholdengo at -2, it is definitely still breaking a sub, even if I Terra. Okay, it's good to know. So that suggests that the Super Fang play makes sense, and then the Terra Dazzling Gleam. I do still expect this to Terra, okay, but that's fine. Maybe I should have gone into that slot. That definitely feels like I should have gone to that slot. Okay. The other, the Acro set. Though I don't know. So, no Terra. Roaring Moon. It's got, obviously, yeah, quite good special defense. Shadow Ball. Oh yeah, it is Terrad. Yeah, so Super Fang wouldn't have picked up, and then Noivern also wouldn't have picked up. I think Noivern is, yeah, it's slower than Roaring Moon because it's a +1. So I should go into Tauros, though I do kind of expect him to Acro, which is annoying. I don't think I ever go into Toxtricity though. I don't know, maybe I should have Shadow Balled into the the Arcanine. Gone for the commitment. I knew that they aren't, I knew that they, because they've seen an item, I know that they're not berry. I know they're pretty fast as well. Okay, so it does look like Shadow Ball will pick up from here. So that does leave me wanting to go into Tauros for the Intimidate, but also wanting not to. I might just sack the Noivern and go for Draco here and Shadow Ball into Arcanine. Actually, no, Draco. Yeah, Draco. Okay. Draco did not wind up feeling particularly correct. But I think Super Fang breaks sub. Am I more concerned? I think I'm more concerned about the Sylveon, but I don't know if I can do anything about that. Sub's not great against Sylveon. I should preserve Noivern. The -1 special attack as well, I was not factoring that in. That was a bad play. Yeah, it seems pretty unlikely to break. But I can switch and Nasty Plot. I think I make the Tox switch. It's not a fun switch, but I think it's the correct switch. No, I can't Nasty Plot. I still need to be pushing pressure into this Roaring Moon. Unless I consider that that is sufficient pressure to be put into the Roaring Moon. I think I have to. I think I have to suggest that this is enough pressure. It's not. It's not enough pressure. No, it is, because I can't do anything else that push pressure into it. Like Draco Shadow Ball double up does not make sense. So Nasty Plot is the same as is it though? I don't really care about its sub if I am trying to use Toxtricity offensively here. I wish I had either of my T-Wave Pokemon. Yeah, either my Pokemon Thunder Wave would be good. So I can double here just to break us up, but I don't know if that makes sense to me. That's a very bulky Sylveon as well. I just don't want Noivern to die. Alright, I had the whole thing about how Super Fang makes some sense as well. So the thought process is now that this is always going to be dying to an overdrive, so I should be getting Chip on Sylveon for the purpose of making it die to an overdrive. I think that's correct. It's a very difficult turn. I think that they are in the lead, but not super steadily in the lead. I definitely wish I had Grim. The screens would have been really good, and the Thunder Wave would have been nice. Okay. Okay, that's not a bad turn for me. Or is it a bad turn for me? It might be a bad turn for me. I'm not sure. I guess they have the unimpeded turn and Tailwind now. Wish I'd recover on this. I mean, if I'm calling that I'm faster than Sylveon in Tailwind, it doesn't make sense to not just do that now, right? I don't suddenly get value out of sacking it a later turn. So I think that I should just Tailwind now and Nasty Plot. Should I Nasty Plot? I think I need to Tailwind now. I think that is something that I'm pretty resolute on. If I had Protect, I would consider using it, but I don't, so... and then, if I'm trying to take advantage of of having Tailwind when they don't, I should Nasty Plot. Okay, cool, I am faster. That is exactly what I want out of a turn. assuming I'm faster than this, which I may not be. Overdrive is always better than Boom Burst, I think. Is it? Does that make sense? I don't know if the maths on that's correct. Boom Burst is definitely going to pick up. He's definitely going to pick up. Oh, yeah, I forgot I'm Terra Fairy. So yes, definitely. 100% of the time. You're slower than I am, so I need to Shadow Ball with you. I could sub. No. I'm scared about Sylveon not dying. I mean, I don't think Sylveon dies. But the question is what that means. I hope that I don't think I'm faster. They have only revealed acrobatics though. Tailwind substitute and acrobatics. If I had a steel move, it would be very strong here. Like Flash Cannon, but even make it rain. Oof, the 1% live. Okay. Oh, but Tauros is the last mon, so this is fine. Because I can just overdrive. I guess the only one I'm scared of is Sylveon, so I should be wave crashing the Sylveon. GG. Okay, that's game one, so that most likely knocks Sam out of playoffs, which is the main thing I was worried about in this series. Okay, their Sylveon underspeeding Noivern and Tailwind, and their Roaring Moon underspeeding Toxtricity and Tailwind were both incredibly good for me. That max speed Toxtricity putting in work, because I think their Roaring Moon probably could have outsped until I hate this maths. I hate trying to do maths. Maths is not my strong suit. I don't know why this is not... Oh, because... Yeah, so they are, I mean, I know they're bulky, but they are, like, bulky very much to their own detriment, because they should not have been slower than Tox and Tailwind while they had booster energy. My Gholdengo is guaranteed to be faster? Yeah, so that's at least, you know, something that's... Sure. Yeah, I think this is just Gholdengo. I'll just bring a similar 4. I kind of expect him to... no, if he's tailwinding, that's not good. I guess I light screen and Shadow Ball. I don't love timer. I really don't like the way that it implements timer on card. Okay, if both of my Pokemon get KO'd this turn, I think that crit mattered. I could Terra. It covers Crunch. I just want to Shadow Ball through the Medicham, but I expect it to be the item. I could sub Terra and sub. I could not Terra and sub. I just want to see what they're doing, I guess. Okay. I think I have to protect and boom bust. I think I likely just lose both slots here, but that's fine. I shouldn't boom bust though, I should gleam. I should overdrive and gleam. Oh, throat chop, that's a good play. Oh well, I don't know why I terrored. Like, the terror didn't make sense. It's pretty whatever. Yeah. Pretty whatever, pretty whatever. Throat Chop's an interesting reveal. Yeah, if I didn't have Terra, I could Terra Fairy, and I find it unlikely that they would break. But... I mean, I should just Wave Crash and Degleam. Okay, they went for the double up. Wow, you are so slow, so slow. Medicham in Tailwind slower. I guess it's like got Trick Room, but even so. I mean, they should switch, because we know their last move is Sup. Oh wait, no, they can't. So I'm guaranteed the extra differential at least. I mean, I'm probably just dead, but yeah. GG. Yeah, I think that Grim loss is pretty big. I don't think I need to adapt at all. You too. So just do this. I think I do. And then I can bring these guys in the back, or Noivern. Both are fine. I like Tox more, it's more fun. It's not great here, because they do have that throat chop, but it's fun. And that's really all I care about. Yeah, very slow Medicham, very slow Sylveon, very slow Boring Moon. I mean, they know they can fake this slot out. I kind of want to just discharge and protect. I also kind of want to just Thunder Wave and protect, but, you know. Okay, that seems absurdly stupid to me. Why would you do that when you know that this guy's Clear Amulet? I mean, whatever. I'm just gonna Disquake. I don't think it's correct. I just don't care. Flinches would be bad. I kind of want to protect an Earthquake. No Paris is always annoying. Like 2 discharges. Was it 2 discharges? Okay. Gosh, that came closer to KOing than I would have guessed. That Hypnosis also connected, because it still misses in Trick Room. I am going to Thunder Wave. I'm going to Thunder Wave both of them. I think I'm less scared of the Sylveon, so I'm going to Thunder Wave the Arcanine and protect. Might be wrong to be more scared of the Sylveon, mind you. I'm scared of the Arcanine. I also am going to Thunder Wave Sylveon this turn, I think. No, I am not going to switch that slot. I'm going to switch this slot. I mean, I want a nasty plot here, but I don't think that makes sense. Do we see anything from Arcanine that would suggest that it has Protect? It never clicked Protect. Overdrive. I think I'm just going to Shadow Ball the Arcanine. Oof. That Overdrive did not pick up. I guess we see if Earthquake crits. Yeah, there's no way I have an out here, but again, I don't care. No. Do I have an out? I guess CC KO and then them getting full parried? They didn't get full parried, but I played to an out. GG. Yeah, I mean, I could have played this well, but I didn't, so it's fine. I think I won game 2 without the crit, because it came down to being quite close, and having that reflect up would have had my mons live. That's fine, yeah. I don't know. I think I've knocked them out of playoffs. If I ever knocked them out of playoffs, then I am, regretting this intensely. It's funny because that they were like, oh, I want to put on timer, because there was that turn where both of us were really taking advantage of that timer. I should have done this, Also, that's the game 3 one. I should have done the game 1 first. They really play so many games on Showdown at once. Okay. It doesn't look like we'll be getting a VC debrief. Can I get paste? But I'll see if I can wrangle the paste to have a look at. I'll pass them mine as well. I mean, yeah, like I just didn't play particularly well, and like I recognize that. I played game 1 quite well, but that was the one that was super impactful to me. Yeah, they brought so much just low accuracy move, low accuracy move, low accuracy move with the wide lens. That's quite funny. 66%, eh? I think it's 93 metal sound. The Medicham being slower than Noivern is still crazy to me. Feels like something that should have EV'd for. They said that Tauros and Rotom was a nightmare to prep against. I mean, on that turn that they Terra Blasted, I was originally going to protect in the previous game, and before, I was just like, oh no, I'm not worried about the Vaporeon. Sylveon. That was definitely a crappy play. Like, I had done this so that I was preserving Protect for the last turn of Trick Room, and it was an entirely just a bad decision on my end to not have gone for the Protect there. Sorry, just giving them a bit of chat. Yeah. So, Terra Fairy, that's interesting. Terra Blast, okay. People really like full sending on this Terra Blast nonsense. I'm not in love with it. It's much better on Sylveon because you have Pixelate before then, so it also covers for spread coverage stuff. Wide Guard. So that's cool, as well as, I suppose, if I had Throat Chop, though Throat Chop has a very, very low distribution in the current gen. Yeah. I don't have any of these Pokemon on my team. It was actually really, really frustrating that Doug lost it when Wug has it, because I wanted to run it off Doug when I was looking in prep, and then I'm like, oh, but it doesn't learn it right now. That is frustrating. Especially when we saw Tinglu also running Throat Chop against me, but luckily I brought Physical on my Toxtricity. Also, it was dead by the time Tinglu came in. Tinglu was choice specs. So yeah, Sylveon. Like, a lot of these Pokemon are pretty pernicious, and I went very hard into prep. I think, yeah, well, I suppose I should count whether that crit mattered, because they're more alive for Gengar, right? I did not have Tailwind up, but I did have Light Screen up. Gengar. Well, it would have done a lot of damage if they were 100. Yeah, okay, so I probably calced for this thing specifically. It does seem like a familiar calc to me. Yeah. I just should have trained it better. They said they also phoned in Game 2 and Game 3. I don't know if they necessarily did. Certainly, I definitely did. I don't think there's a... Oh, I didn't even realize they revealed Shadow Ball. That's just not paying attention at all. Yeah. I think I had a chance to win game 1. I mean, ultimately they're coming out of this season. We'll take a cheat look at standings. 4-3. But I think they lost head-to-head with Sam, is why. If we look at the schedule. Because, sorry, head-to-head with Raymond. Their team is... I'm just having an absolute stroke of a time right now. Their team is the New York Ninetales, and they were against the Apex Alola Marowak. So we just look for green Apex Alola Marowaks. Is it not the... I click special schedule. Yeah, that'll do it. New York Ninetales. Week 2. Week 2. Oh. Yeah, so having lost that head-to-head and then also not making it back on KD, because I had 2 here, they had 1 there, and they had 1 there. Also if I discharged and gotten the full power. I know I got the full power on them at some point, but it didn't wind up being impactful. Because they would have KO'd anyways. Yeah, definitely I could have... yeah, I could have definitely played better. I had like positioned myself so that I could click Protect with Rotom in Trick Room. I just didn't click Protect with Rotom in Trick Room because I wasn't playing particularly well. Oh, does this knock me behind Camo? No, I have head-to-head, and I only got -1 from this. Same way Sam only got +1 because I went to Game 3. So I am still first. Also, I will have the KD advantage because we walked out that with... Roaring Moon's an absolute pain, and I'm so glad to see it gone. Terra Dark is for Taunt, Prankster Taunt. Terra Dark is for Prankster Taunt. Yeah, I mean, Grim was a good bring, it just died, therefore it didn't do anything. I got to use all my guys, which was pretty fun. Having only Discharge on Rotom was a bit annoying, because it meant that I had to commit that Terra super early, and obviously it didn't do that much. But, you know, it's fine, I don't really mind. Rotom, turn 1, game 3. Yeah, I fully expect them to fake out into Tauros. And that Protect would have had value, because we saw my Tauros living on 2, right? Between the Rock Slide, the Psycho Cut, and the CC. So yeah, they definitely could have gotten different value out of that turn. But ultimately, I think it was pretty good. Like, it was a really good game 1. I think both of us played very, very well game 1, and the fact that they were trying to go, I think, a bit too hard into Tail Room, and had Pokemon that were missing out. I genuinely, I wonder to what degree they were missing out with Noivern and the Medicham. It's not Scarf. Level 50. Because that feels like it should be faster, right? Did we both have Tailwind up? They're clearly speed creeping Max Tox. But I think I played the turns of Tailwind incredibly well. No, it was Sylveon that was slower than Noivern, and then Medicham was slower than Tauros in Tailwind? No, that doesn't make sense. Because they hit like only a little bit below that. Yeah, they hit 280, so they definitely would have been faster than Tauros. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I must have had Tailwind up, or they must not have had Tailwind up if I am getting that wrong. yeah, the max special attack there was an absolute treat, and I'm very glad I made the aggressive switch as I did. I think that, yeah, game 1 we both played very, very well, and then game 2 and 3, I think, as we both have said, we kind of phoned it in a bit. And like, you know, they had probably a more winnable game in game 1 without the crit if they had taken it, you know, like preservation and stuff like that. Tailwind was just absurdly unnecessary in the position they were in, and if they'd gone for an attack there, they would have been in a better position. My Terra Normal made 0 sense whatsoever, whereas I would have gotten a lot of value out of preserving that Terra Fairy. And then we, yeah, see in game 3 me playing Trick Room pretty poorly, and them as well. You know, if they'd gone for Rock Slide and then Tauros died instead of being on 2%, I wouldn't even have had an out. Yeah. I think I was just saying this to Sam, but I should have been Cloak on Rotom. Oh no, I was wrong. That's right, the Snarl reveal. Yeah, that's true. I genuinely completely forgot I was Cloak. Noivern got hit by, I think, one Snarl, and that was it in terms of stuff that drops its stats. Oh, sorry, in terms of moves with secondary effects. Because the only other move with a secondary effect that they clicked were Shadow Ball and Sludge Bomb. So yeah, ultimately, that puts us into playoffs in the #1 seed, 5 and 2. It could have been 6 and 1 if I played differently, but I don't think that wound up being particularly consequential. I'm going to be playing one of these guys, which is a very wide field of coaches to be playing against. Yeah, the 5 and 2s, and then there's this one with, yeah, so like up to KC being able to go in, and then this, like, these holes of pain, the hole of pain is what I like to call it, are just absolutely terrifying. I really want to see LS or James or Ski Dude make it in, but I want all 3 of them to make it in. I don't want to pick my favorite. I think I'm gonna have to pick LS because James didn't invite me to his wedding. Very, very rude. Beyond that, yeah, I'll be making a lot of content about this league coming up, as well as some content about some other leagues that are just starting up. The big content week where I am going to be talking about the effects of low tiers in the format, the effects of like the sort of psychology and game structure that results from like how one makes their first overall pick, and also doing a big player interview with one of our newer coaches, because I thought that would be interesting. If you guys have any other suggestions for other interesting content I could make, please comment down below. Please also leave a like, subscribe, because yeah, like I said, it's going to be a pretty full-on week. I've been doing a lot of work getting content set up this weekend for the coming week. Goodbye.